I get supremely irritated whenever I see those videos like, oh, the men want to be the girls, the men want to be the girls. The men want to go back to the times when it was obvious and overt that men were on top, and women have been deluded. I think because we've grown up in a time where it's normal and expected to see women in the workforce with their own money, able to get their own credit cards, able to make independent choices for themselves. And when women are not able to do so, when women are not well represented in any particular industry, or when women are dealing with sexism, we know how to call that out. Like any woman of today can look at the lack of women in STEM and be like, okay, like that is a result of sexism, cultural attitudes that push boys into STEM and tell girls that they won't be good at it, and then the hostile, how that plays out in the workforce, right? And I think because we are so used to the way we're being treated now, which is still not great, but certainly better than what our grandmothers and our mothers had, that we are under this belief that it's easier to mythologize the past and believe that there was ever a time when patriarchy was beneficial, right? So many people on this app have pointed out that so many girls just want a benevolent patriarchy or benevolent patriarch where they want the traditionalism and the safety. And they've completely forgotten that like women who did not have their own incomes were being beaten, raped, and abused in the house, and there was no social or legal recourse for them to escape. That's why your grandma was with your grandpa. Probably not out of love, but because she had no other option. So when I see women complaining about things like, well, men want to be at the club and they want to be all about them. Yeah, it wasn't until very, very recently, babe, when men were expected to share nightlife with women, where women were patrons and not just like appetizers, hors d'oeuvres, or servers. They want.
You know what the interesting thing about that is that you will never see a club that opens up that caters specifically to women because men are still the patrons. So when you see women like this talk like this, and respect to her, and I always like to give credit to the content creators, when you see women like this talk like this, and she's basically saying that she doesn't like the way that women are complaining that the men want to be like women because men want to essentially be over women, and then she uses the references of times past where women have complained that they had no recourse because of the fact that they had no rights, they had no ability to get a bank account, they had no ability to vote, whatever, so on and so forth. Have y'all noticed that there's never any situation where they highlight the good that came from some of those situations? Basically, only highlighting the bad, right? Because there are great situations and there's always going to be a yin to the yang, and there's never going to just be one story or one historical reference that you can yield to that you can use to make your point.